Since social media became an everyday staple in most Americans' lives, it has brought countless people together. However, it's also been a source of constant drama and a tool for online bullies. When a Facebook friendship turned ugly in Mountain City, Tennessee, 2 people ended up dead. This is the story of a deadly Facebook friend and the murders of Billie-Jean Hayworth and Billy Payne. Welcome back to True Stories. Join the family and let us explore some of the most interesting true crime cases. As always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Now, let's get into it. Billie-Jean Hayworth was born in 1988 in Tennessee. She lived in the small town of Mountain City, Tennessee, nestled in the mountains. Billie was a country girl who enjoyed outdoor activities such as hunting, fishing, camping, and hiking. She also loved playing sports, particularly volleyball. In her adult life, she took pleasure in flea markets, yard sales, and auctions. Billie graduated high school in 2006. A few years later, she started dating a man 13 years her senior, Billy Payne. Billy Payne was born in 1975 in North Carolina. By the time he met Billie-Jean, he was living in Mountain City. Although he had a son in Florida, like his girlfriend, Billie, he also enjoyed flea markets, yard sales, and auctions. He was an avid coin collector. Billie and Billie-Jean welcomed a son, Tyler, in 2011, and got engaged. Life seemed to be looking up for the couple. They adored their son. Billie had a good job working manual labor, and they had a close-knit group of family and friends. On the morning of January 31, 2012, a family member found the deceased bodies of 36-year-old Billy Payne and 23-year-old Billie-Jean Hayworth in their home. Billie was shot in the face while she held her 7-month-old son, but baby Tyler was unharmed. Billy was found in his bed, also shot in the face and with his throat cut. Who would brutally murder a young couple with their baby in their home? The family of Billie told authorities that the couple were having issues with a local woman online, Jenelle Potter. Jenelle met Billie through his sister, Tracy, and was friends with the couple and their friends for a while. Everybody says she fell in love with Bill, but I still don't see it, Tracy said later. In fact, Tracy set Jenelle up with her cousin, Jamie Curd. Jenelle and Jamie both enjoyed computers, which may have brought them together. However, Jenelle was hiding her relationship with Jamie from her parents. Jenelle Lee Potter was born in 1981 to Marvin, Buddy, and Barbara Potter. Marvin and Barbara had 2 daughters whom they raised in Pennsylvania. Jenelle was the younger of the 2. She had learning disabilities, speech and hearing difficulties, and was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes as a child. According to her sister, Jenelle was coddled by her parents, and she felt they exaggerated her learning and health issues. Buddy was a former Marine who told his family that he worked as a CIA agent during the Vietnam War. In 2004, Buddy and Barbara moved to Mountain City, Tennessee, with their daughter, Jenelle. Although Jenelle was now an adult, she lived under her parents' roof and supervision. Jenelle didn't really have a social life outside of the computer. Although she graduated high school, she did not have a job and relied on her parents financially. Her parents continued to coddle and shelter the adult, Jenelle. In fact, her mother had access to her Facebook account and kept close tabs on her daughter. In 2009, Jenelle began to have real friends and apparently a crush on Billy Payne. However, Billy had a girlfriend, Billie-Jean. Jenelle was seeing someone else too, Jamie Curd, who became friends with her parents as well. However, her parents were not aware that the socially awkward Jamie and, even more awkward, Jenelle were a secret couple. As 2009 turned into 2010, Billy Payne and Billie-Jean Hayworth started to receive some nasty messages on their social media accounts and on a Mountain City webpage called Topics. The page, which allowed you to post under any name, showed comments from a Matt Potter. According to Jenelle's Facebook page, Matt was her brother. However, Jenelle did not have a brother, and it's highly suspected that she wrote the messages herself. After several more messages from Matt Potter and other likely fictional people, Tracy left the following message on Jenelle's Facebook page in November 2010. Your friend Matt needs to leave, Billie-Jean Hayworth and M. Thomas off the Topics website. You lost my brother, Billy Payne, as a friend, and I'm not happy with you either. Many other friends of Billie-Jean and Billy started to receive messages from Matt Potter and others being very nasty. Billie-Jean, in particular, was called several derogatory names. According to Jenelle, it was all in retaliation to the nasty messages and rumors she claimed were being sent to her from Billie-Jean and her friends. However, authorities eventually learned that the messages were most likely an elaborate figment of Jenelle's imagination. Jenelle and her mother Barbara started exchanging emails from a guy named Chris, who claimed he was protecting Jenelle online from the bullies she claimed were destroying her life. Apparently, Chris was in the CIA, and much of his job, according to Jenelle, involved killing people. During 2015, through emails, Jenelle and Barbara forged a strong, loving relationship with Chris. Barbara even referred to Chris as her son on numerous occasions. Chris informed Barbara that he was working on getting Buddy Potter reinstated with the CIA. That was odd, considering Buddy was an elderly man at this point, overweight, and utilizing oxygen. Jenelle called the police several times and told everyone she knew that Billie-Jean Hayworth and her friends were harassing her, threatening to kill her, and she was scared for her life. All of Jenelle's claims were unfounded by police. Eventually, Billie-Jean and Billy had enough with Jenelle, and what they said were false allegations, so they unfriended her on Facebook. This apparently set Jenelle off. Soon, Chris, the mysterious CIA agent, claimed that he was given the duty by the CIA to protect Jenelle and the Potter family. He said that the CIA gave him instructions to reinstate Buddy Potter, instructing him that his official CIA documents and identification would arrive soon. However, Chris said that the CIA needed him to act urgently. The CIA was apparently ordering Buddy Potter to kill Billie-Jean Hayworth and Billy Payne in order to protect Jenelle. According to the various emails exchanged between Chris and Barbara, Barbara was either part of this plan or was the most naive person in the world. Whatever the case was, Jenelle and Barbara convinced Buddy and Jamie Curd that the CIA wanted them to work on behalf of the CIA and murder Billie-Jean Hayworth and Billy Payne. It seems Buddy and Jamie believed Chris's emails and agreed to carry out the murder. The two went to Billy and Billie-Jean's home on that fateful January morning, and Buddy shot both in the face, killing them quickly. Police initially interrogated Jenelle Potter, knowing about the feud. But it wasn't until they interviewed Jamie Curd that the murder plot came to light. Jamie initially asked if the CIA was present, apparently believing he was working as an agent of the CIA. He later admitted to being at the crime scene and stated Buddy Potter committed the crime. Jamie agreed to work with police, and the police got a tape-recorded confession from Buddy Potter. Buddy explained that he was simply protecting his family. Upon searching the home, several guns and knives were confiscated. They also found pictures of Billie-Jean Hayworth with derogatory words written on them. The pictures all appeared to be torn in half. Barbara was caught red-handed ripping pieces of paper, which police said was destroying evidence. In Buddy's truck, they found 3 bags of shredded documents, which contained the emails between the Potters and Chris. In the emails, it said that Billy and Billie-Jean were going to kill Jenelle if Buddy Potter didn't kill them first. After reviewing months of emails, messages, and virtual conversations occurring online, police determined that not only did Buddy Potter and Jamie Curd commit this heinous murder, but Barbara Potter and Jenelle Potter were clearly involved in the planning of this crime. The two of them were later arrested for conspiracy to commit murder. Barbara denied being involved and explained away Buddy's confession by stating he was without his medication and oxygen, leading him to say things that were not true. As for the mysterious Chris from the CIA, the IP address proved that all emails were sent from Jenelle Potter's computer. Jenelle was Chris. She was also Matt Potter. She was the author of all the threats against herself and the harassing comments against Billie-Jean Hayworth and her friends. Jamie Curd made a deal in exchange for his testimony against the Potters and received 25 years in prison. Jenelle, Barbara, and Marvin Potter were all found guilty and sentenced to 2 life sentences, 1 for each murder. In 2021, Barbara Potter won an appeal, and her conviction was overturned on the grounds that her trial lawyer had also represented her husband in his trial, therefore having a conflict of interest. Barbara Potter will get a new trial. However, Jenelle and Marvin Potter's appeals were denied. Many speculate that Jenelle, socially awkward and isolated, didn't know how to control her feelings of jealousy when it came to Billie-Jean Hayworth. She wanted to be with Billy Payne, but he clearly didn't see her that way. She began an elaborate scheme of catfishing and online harassment. But when her attempts to disparage Billie-Jean led to her losing real-life and Facebook friendships, she escalated her plan to murder. Jenelle, using the fictional Chris persona, convinced her parents and actual boyfriend, Jamie Curd, that they must kill Billy Payne and Billie-Jean Hayworth to ensure Jenelle's safety. Jenelle Potter is a deadly Facebook friend.